we invite you to experience the magic and tranquility of a Japanese garden. So lean back, take a slow, deep breath, and prepare yourself for our journey. It's early evening, and the sun is almost setting, casting everything in a beautiful golden glow. Close your eyes for a second and imagine tingles of the waning light on your bare arms and face, and feel your soul expand, reaching out for the spirits playfully hiding nearby. We'll be walking a lot from one side of the river to the other. Do you see that bridge over there? Let's start by coloring its posts and the rails between. And we'll need to add the boards so we can walk across. They look nice and secure. There, that was easy. Of nature. Did you manage to spot the supports under the bridge? Great. Your bridge is now ready to walk across. But first, we need to reach it. Can you hop across those rocks that line the edge of the river? Yes, of course you can. There are 20 rocks scattered around the garden. Let's add color to go. Now, how about the path? You know, stones have a special place in Japanese philosophy. These stones have been very carefully placed to create balance, so it's important not to miss any. start from the bridge and work your way back to the Torii. And be careful, mind you don't stumble. Don't those grey stones catch the light wonderfully? And what's that? It looks like a small stone temple. In fact, it's a little house for a spirit to live in. It's got lots of fiddly bits. Let's start with the top of the house. Spirit houses are places to offer prayers and even fruit and flowers for the spirit. Sometimes our ancestors become sacred spirits and want to peer out into our world and take care of us. But we need to nourish them so they have the strength to influence the elements on our behalf. This Shinto house is by the river, so its element is water. Can you see the little space for your offerings at the base, just above the river? Now the spirit will be strong enough to keep the water calm and safe for you. And because you've done such a good job, they'll probably throw in some extra luck. That looks good. But it would be even better with green foliage. Let's color in all those little leaves around the spirit house. That's much better. And now it seems like the right time to add some more greenery. Let's do all the shrubs along the path. The ones that have long, dagger-shaped leaves. Imagine each little leaf springing to life as you tap them. Well done. Did you know that plants in a Japanese garden represent all the joys and trials of life? Each leaf you color is reaching out for the fading sunlight. We must be patient and gently tend to them so our garden can be beautiful. Let's also color the rounded little shrubs. They're quite dense little shrubs with lots of foliage. Japanese gardeners choose more dense shrubs to create a sense of depth. So even this little refuge can feel expansive. But it's a lot of leaves, right? And the finishing touch of green is the grass. Just tap it to see the color spread. Awesome. Let's color that ring of posts too. There are quite a few. A Japanese garden is all about living in harmony with nature. We must nurture the tree, but also contain it. That's what a cute little fence is here for. Funny. Did you notice it shudder slightly? Wow. There's a lot of green in this garden now. It's so lush. Adding blue water could really make this feel special. Let's try it and see what happens. Oh, that's so enchanting. See how the gently rippling water shimmers and glows. You could almost stretch out your arms, relaxing from the shoulders down, and let your fingers sweep through the glittering surface. Such an inviting place to unwind. But there are other flashes of color to add too. Lotus, or water lilies, are floating on the surface. Start by adding color to the lily pads. Good. And now for the lilies themselves. Let's bring each of these blooms to life. They're so pretty. Their delicate pink flowers are a lovely addition to the tranquility of your hideaway. The lotus symbolizes enlightenment and living your fullest life. They float on the water as you float into relaxation. And see how they shudder with delight at your touch. How charming. I believe you've already noticed these Japanese carp in the water. These are koi fish. They adapt and survive even in the most trying of environments. This makes them the perfect symbol of good luck, abundance, and perseverance in Japanese mythology. But they're safe here in your little haven. Just touch them and watch as they glide through the water. You know, an interesting little fact is that some Japanese koi fish enthusiasts are happy to spend vast amounts of money on them. In fact, one even sold in an auction for £1.4 million, making them the most expensive fish ever sold. Wow, you've really brought this garden to life. Let's move on to the Sakura tree. We can start with the trunk and branches. This sakura is so big, stretching out over the grass and plants and river. Its many leaves protecting the garden below, and they're so vivid. What a breathtaking contrast against the green foliage. These glowing pink leaves appear so similar to spring blossoms. In Japanese culture, blossom is a symbol of youth and renewal. These fall leaves are fragile, but hold their own delicate, ephemeral charm. Now you've colored all those leaves, the garden is almost complete. It's getting late. Let's light the lanterns. Be careful, they sway as they catch the breeze. Their radiance is so soothing. There's just one last element of this garden to explore. Let's cross the bridge and approach the Shinto Gate. Touch the tiles first. I'm sure you won't miss any. Good. Now go for those circular decorations underneath the tiles. In the Japanese Shinto religion, this structure is called a torii. It's an entrance to a Shinto shrine and gateway into the sacred world of the gods. If you pass through it, you'll leave your mundane life behind and enter the realm of the divine. So it's a good idea not to miss any important elements. Start with the post support. Shinto torii are traditionally painted vermilion red. In Japanese culture, the brilliant red color is a symbol of strength and passion, but also of sacrifice. It was thought that the mercury that was used to make the red pigment was good for longevity, and even perhaps the source of eternal life. In fact, it's poisonous, but it's okay. This one, like many Shinto gates, is painted with iron oxide, like rust. So it's perfectly safe. It's also a preservative for wood since ancient times. Add that vibrant red to the posts and post supports. There are just a few more details left, like the bells hanging on the straw rope. Each one glints beautifully as you return color to them. The rope needs a little color as well. Wow! Did you see that? The straw ropes are often found on Shinto gates, but also on sacred stones, and sometimes on sacred trees to signal a dwelling of the gods. Do you think they saw you? Now, there's just one touch left. The tablet is really important as it identifies the name of the shrine. Wonderful. Later tonight, the spirits will know how to return home to rest. For now, the guardian spirits have come to life, and you are ready to snuggle down into your covers. This is the end of our journey together, but as you settle down onto your pillows and drift off to sleep, think of all the details of your lovely Japanese garden. Maybe you'll dream of carp flashing through a glistening blue river in the fading glow of the setting sun. Or picture yourself resting on the grass beneath the fluttering leaves of gently swaying branches above you. Or maybe, if you're feeling adventurous, you could slip through the Shinto gate and into the spirit world. Good night.